It's time once again for the City of Maple Grove Report. I'm Dave Kaiser from CCX Media. Thanks for joining us. As you see, a special guest with us today, Heidi Nelson-Alice. So Joe Holgaboom, Community and Economic Development Director, joining us. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks for being in with us today. He's done this in the past, so he knows the routine. Let's talk about the meeting on April 3rd, about 45 minutes in length, and then later on we'll talk about some highlights of things coming up in the city. On that meeting on the 3rd, one item pulled from consent related to Narcan reimbursement. Give us a little background. Tell us what was decided.
Absolutely. So this had to do with the fact that our police officers carry Narcan with them in case there's an emergency where they need to apply it. This particular item dealt with the Emergency Services Board reimbursing a portion of that cost related to that product. The item was really pulled mostly so that we could emphasize that there is a program that's available for people to learn how to implement it themselves. And if you successfully complete that program through Hennepin County, you'll be supplied with 2 doses of Narcan should you need to use it in the future.
Very good. Let's move to the next item on the agenda, which was a presentation, Experience Maple Grove. We've talked about that evolution as it has started up on this program, and now it is in action, and they gave a quarterly report. What are some of the highlights?
Well, Experience Maple Grove has been around now for over a year. They are our Visitors Bureau for the City of Maple Grove, and so really just doing work that's going to attract people to the city to come live, work, play in Maple Grove. Highlighted some of the winter activities that they were sponsors of in the presentation. There's a video that's out on the website that kind of shows different fun things to do in Maple Grove in the winter, but we're setting our sights to summer, so we also talked about upcoming Chalk Fest and other fun events that we're getting some assistance with from that group.
That video is great. Maple Grove Has It All is the name, so make sure you take a chance to watch that. A few public hearings held at the meeting on the 3rd. The first is with the Arbor Lakes Business Park, 4th edition. We have talked about this as it's gone through the process. Yes. Where are we now? What was decided on the 3rd?
This was approved. This had to do with infrastructure coming in just to the east of Lowe's. And so right now, Zachary Lane kind of comes to an end at the end of Lowe's. That will jot east, and that will become 73rd Place, and it will serve the new businesses that are soon coming to that area.
Next public hearing dealt with the same area, and as we all know, a lot of history in this area, and
yes,
some roads that have been there forever, and they had to take care of an easement with one of those roads.
Yes, there were some roads that were there before 94 came through, and so it served as a service road originally for some of the gravel mining operations, and it's no longer needed, so it's going away and being taken into the development that's coming in.
All right, that moves ahead. Community and economic development items from the meeting on the 3rd. One is another process that we've talked about throughout. It is Project Libre. Again, take us through what this is, what the process is now, and what was happening at the council meeting.
Absolutely. Project Libre is the 30 acres that's at the northwest corner of 169 and 694. And so this will be an office, research and development, and warehouse site for one company that's going to bring about 500 jobs to the city of Maple Grove. So we're very excited about that. That went to the Planning Commission with unanimous approval a week ago. The council also gave this unanimous approval. So as we move forward through the spring, things are being lined up on the site. Some people might notice that a few trees have been removed.
Right.
Looks a little different when you come into Maple Grove, but most of those trees were cottonwoods and box elders and things like that. The wetland that you'll see there is staying, so this building's going to wrap itself around the wetland, and we're excited for the new jobs to the community and kind of the build out of that area.
All right, we'll keep you up to date as that moves ahead. A few other updates from staff. Community economic development items coming up. Planning Commission coming up on April 24th, and an item that we've talked about before is coming back.
Yes, the cottages at Silver Creek, which is the final phase of the Silver Creek development on Main Street. Some cottages that would allow folks that want to live sort of in a townhome or single-family home option, but still have the services of that development provides. That's coming before the Planning Commission on the 24th.
One other item that is coming up is the Maple Grove Prayer Breakfast, the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. That's coming up on May 4th. Give us a little idea of what this annual event is and any special notes about it this year.
Yeah, so it's a great event. It's like you said, it's coming up on May 4th, early in the morning, 7:15. It's over at Rush Creek Golf Club, and it really brings together the community, all different faith groups in Maple Grove, anywhere from the churches that we have here, the Hindu temple, all coming together to serve a message of community engagement and togetherness, and it's always a very nice event. So more information about that can be found on our website.
Yeah, website is maplegrovemn.gov. Look there to find out more about that and other things happening in the city. Also, look there to find the State of the City video. I know you were involved in this, and CCX Media was proud to be part of that.
Yes.
Tell us about this video and what it will tell residents.
It's a great video. It's geared toward our residents to tell them first of all, how our government works, so what the mayor does, what the city council does, what we do for our citizens, and it also tells what's going on in the city of Maple Grove in a really nice way. We're out in the community showing different sites, so it can be found on our website. I think it's a great tool for people that want to get to know the city a little bit better.
Your final note from the meeting was about a new business that will be opening soon. What business? Where is it?
Yes. Well, I always hesitate a little bit to give exact dates because they can sometimes change, but
Get it?
we are not right now. We're anticipating the new Rojo Mexican Grill to open in the shops at Arbor Lakes in the old Patrick's site. On April 17th is the date that we've been given. So once that's a little bit more firmed up, we'll certainly publicize that date. But we're really looking forward to that. We think that'll bring a lot more life back to the corner since Patrick's closed.
All right, and we'll tell you about some other businesses that will be opening soon in just a minute. One other item from the meeting was an engineering public works update, Highway 610 extension. Where are we in that process?
We are moving ahead in that process. Things will really start to come together this summer as we lead toward construction, and so really just kind of acquiring the last pieces of right-of-way for that particular project up in the northwest part of the city.
And of course, Public Works has to talk about the snow with all of that snow we just received. So how was that last snowfall? And they dodged the bullet on the next one as well.
Yes. The snowfall was challenging. It took about twice as long to get just because it was such a heavy snow. The other thing that kind of stood in the way of some of the streets getting cleared as early as they could have been was we had a number of emergency situations, medical emergency situations that evening in the community. When that happens during a snowfall event like that, the plows are coordinated with emergency services, so they'll be sent to help the emergency vehicles get to where they need to go. And when that happens, it takes them off the street from other places, and so it was a little bit longer, but I'm happy to say that most of that snow is gone now. So.
And let's hope that's the last one of the season. We'll see. I don't think we can ever say that. So that's your wrap-up of the meeting from the 3rd for the Maple Grove City Council. Now let's move to some things happening around the city. And one of the first items we want to touch on is job opportunities. You've got some great jobs at the city.
Yes, we always do in the summer. We have seasonal jobs in our Public Works Department that's doing maintenance work around the city, also in our Parks and Recreation Department, anywhere from a lifeguard to working with kids to working in parks, and so pretty competitive wages there, so we encourage people to reach out to us, check out the website, a lot of jobs available.
All right, back to businesses. Let's talk about some of the other new ones that are coming. You've always got your pulse on the business community. Who are some new ones to look forward to?
Well, we have folks who are in the sort of the Elm Creek Boulevard area. They might have noticed the new building going up next to Brick and Bourbon. We have Paris Baguette coming into that particular building. Paris Baguette is kind of the French bakery for Maple Grove, so it'll be very nice. Fun, very nice to have. Pancheros is also coming into that development as well, so looking forward to that finishing up this spring. We also have a new electric bike shop, Pedego Electric Bikes, coming in next to Dairy Queen over at the Rice Lake Center, sort of a little bit north. And then Freshly Leaf, which is sort of a tea and bubble tea venue, will be opening in the old Caribou site over at the fountains at Arbor Lakes.
All right, get out and do some shopping. Check them out. The Yardway site is open, a sure sign of spring, and we are seeing a little bit more grass, so it might be time to clean up, and this is a way to get rid of some of that debris. Yes,
Yardway site is open just north of 610 on Maple Grove Parkway, so make sure to bring your ID to show that you live in the city of Maple Grove when you go and bring your yard debris.
Coming up, we have Severe Weather Awareness Week. That is always in the middle part of April. Good reminder, Joe, for residents to just pay attention, and so some opportunities here to maybe do a little practice ahead.
I know it's tough to imagine with today still feeling a little blustery, but as Minnesota often does, we'll be in summer next week, so with that brings tornado season, so yes.
All right, that is the 17th to the 21st, and you can find out more information on the city's website about what to do with that date and that week. Ice skating show, we've got lots of skaters that will be out on the ice coming up soon. What's the big event?
Over 100 at the annual skating show that's put on by the Maple Grove Skating School. The students and the instructors are looking forward to sharing their skills over at the community center, so we're looking forward to that.
All right, Saturday the 22nd, it is at 1 o'clock and also a 6 o'clock show. So pick your show you'd like to go to. Arbor Day is a big event that comes up every spring for the city of Maple Grove, and you do a lot to celebrate that and recognize that. Give us some details on the big event this year.
The big event this year will be on Saturday, April 29th at the community center from noon to 3. Our Arbor Committee for the city, which is a member group of 11 citizens, puts it on. It's a great event to educate folks on trees, on pests, on buckthorn, things that might hurt trees, and also some fun games for the kids. So we encourage people to check it out.
All right, all inside the community center, so stop on by on the 29th. Volunteer opportunities for folks that might want to get outdoors as the weather gets nicer, and you always do this each year to really see if residents can help out in a couple ways. What are those ways and when?
We urge people to help with park cleanup. That's happening on Tuesday, May 9th, to work with park keepers to get those parks in shape for the summer. So that's from 4 to 8 on that day. We also do the annual boulevard planting, all the beautiful flowers and grasses that folks see as they drive through Elm Creek Boulevard and Weaver Lake Road. Those get planted by volunteers as well as folks from the city. Thursday, May 18th and Saturday, May 20th. Hours are 9 a.m. to 10 p.m.
All right, supplies provided by the city, so you don't have to worry about that. You can call 763-494-6512 for more information on both of those activities. Another sign of spring is the market. Last one inside coming up, and then boldly moving outside. Give us those dates.
Yes, well, our last indoor farmers market of the year, or of the season, I should say, is Thursday, April 13th, 3 to 6 p.m. at the community center. We're excited to open outside at the community center on May 11th, and those take place in the late afternoon, evening hours.
All right, we've got an event that takes you to summertime in Maple Grove Days. That's the Ambassador Program, and it is back this year. What are some of the details for people that might be interested?
Well, we use ambassadors at the city a lot with festivities like grand openings and things like that. It's open to young women ages 17 to 21 who work or go to school in Maple Grove. Maple Grove High School or Osseo High School, there is a scholarship involved with that as well, so we encourage people to look into that if they fit the mold and sign up.
All right, maplegroveambassadors.com, that website, you can find out more information about that program. A great annual event is the Walk to Remember. Tell us the date of that and where that is located, and who's really behind that whole event.
Sure, the Maple Grove Friends of the Angel organization puts that event on, the Angel of Hope statue, of course, at our Arboretum, which is over at Fernbrook Lane and County Road 30. The event's held on Saturday, May 6th at the Arboretum.
friendsoftheangel.org. You can find out more about that event that is coming up. Final note to pass along, this is out to June to turn in photos, but we want you taking photos right now for the Maple Grove Photo Contest because neat things happening with the transition of seasons. So what do people need to keep in mind if they want to shoot some photos?
Well, we have different categories, and so just anything in Maple Grove, either in nature or people-oriented, we're looking forward to that. It opens on June 1st, but we are accepting entries only through the month of June this year. So, and I will just put a special note in there that a lot of the pictures that people will see in the newsletters or on our website, different publications by the city, are actually taken by our resident photographers.
Yeah, they're fantastic. So the last bits of snow, maybe you can get a picture of a memory of the snow going away or first signs of spring. Wildlife is back out, so maybe some of those birds in your backyard you can catch. Well, Joe, thanks so much for coming in and for all the information of what's going on in the city. We appreciate
Thanks for having me, Dave. I appreciate it.
Let's leave you with some more information if you want to find out more about some of the things we touched on, or check out that next council meeting. That is on Monday, April 17th, 7:30 at the Government Center. Phone number at the bottom left of the screen, and as always, that maplegrovemn.gov website. Lots of information there about some of the activities we talked about and all of the things that are happening in the city. For Joe Hogaboom, I'm Dave Kaiser. Thanks for joining us on the City of Maple Grove Report.